Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We are the two chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 62, July 5th.
Yes.
So, 4th of July is over.
Yes.
And boy, has it been a fun weekend.
Yes. We're actually recording this Tuesday night.
Yes.
When usually we do it like Saturday night.
Yes.
And we're all calm and collected, mostly.
Yes.
And, ready. This has been a very weird, not necessarily bad weekend, but just super weird.
Yeah, it's... A lot of things have gone wrong, but it's
not all the way wrong.
Yes.
Just kind of like lots of speed bumps.
Yes, and it's like a typical week off where you try and get some stuff done and you can't finish anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've been like nonstop and then sitting here going, what are we going to talk about? What did we do this weekend? And it's like,
Yeah. So, we're just going to kind of go over a couple of things here and there. We got some fun stuff in the works.
Yep.
And we got a few headaches that we had to deal with. So, we'll kick off with the headaches and go.
Yeah, the headaches are the reasons why we got into some of the better things.
Yes, exactly. So, we, as you guys know, we do breed rabbits. Some of you guys saw that we had moved them into the shed and decided to try that out for the winter. So, I think we officially came to the realization today that's not going to work.
Yeah. So we moved him into the shed like late summer last year.
Yep.
And it was like, it worked because the water was only frozen for like what, a month and a half?
Yeah,
2 months out of the year instead of 6 months, where it's frozen and it doesn't go through all the tubing and we have to do bowls and stuff.
Right.
So that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe for the first week, it was nice in the shed.
Yeah.
But rabbits have a lot of hair.
Yes.
That blow around and
yes,
just
and
get in your nose and your throat. And after a couple of weeks, we'd try and go in there because the kids always like to give them snacks, and we just like to, go up and say hi, like we do the chickens, and just watch them and see how they're doing. And we'd be in there for maybe 10 minutes, and I know my eyes would like start to itch, and my throat would itch, and it'd be like, this is like maybe just it'll get better.
Yeah, I what I think it was too much dander.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, the poop and the ammonia with the pee, and it's like it's getting too much. And then it was great for the winter. It was nice. It was not bad. The girls were in there quite frequently. You were in there pretty frequently in the winter. And there were no bugs.
Yeah, and the good thing is in the winter, it's 10 degrees warmer in the shed than it is outside.
Yep.
The bad thing about it is it's 10 degrees warmer than it is outside.
Yes.
So when it's 90 degrees outside,
it's almost 100 in
hot
there.
in there. And we had fans, and when you walk in, you could feel it, but the rabbits weren't getting anything, from it.
Right. They were shedding like crazy, so there's like piles of hair.
Yeah, we're going to have to get the shop vac out and really... And then it was right next to our patio. So we go and, think about sitting and eating dinner outside, and it's like you're getting blasted by
ammonia.
Rabbit. Yeah, which, if you've ever had rabbits, they do not smell very good.
No, but outside...
They cannot smell bad.
Yes.
But when they smell bad, it's a distinct...
Yeah, it's mostly the ammonia and...
Yeah.
The manure doesn't smell that bad. It only smells bad when you get it wet.
Yeah.
And then we had water catchment because they would drink out of their water nipples, and it would fall down. We catch the excess underneath in trays. Well, a lot of them would start digging through their feed too. Like they'd pull their feed out of the bowl, so the feed would end up down with the water, and it would just go rancid.
Yeah, and it's like they would sit there and like hold the water thing open, so the bin underneath is like full.
Yep.
By the time
I get to it,
and it's like there's got to be an easier way. And the easier way is where they were before.
Yep. So that was impromptu at 2 o'clock today?
Yeah.
It is now 7 o'clock at night, so we ate dinner. We were done with that, but it was an impromptu scramble to redo the entire water system, pull all rabbits out, and get them in the old cages that are outside. So we started that around 2, and I think we were done 3:30.
Yeah, it didn't take that long.
But it was a lot of running back and forth, and I figured out a really smart way to actually pick them all up and not get the shit scratched out of me.
Yeah.
So I just used kitty litter tubs, and I kind of scooped them all up as we were going, and they just kind of fell in the
One
bottom.
at a time.
One at a time, yeah. One at a time, brought them out, and the tubs would fit into the opening of the current cages that they're in right now, because those have bigger openings. So I just kind of dumped them in there and went back and got more. So I was able to get 2 or 3 kits in one tub per run, and then each of the breeders.
So we had 7 breeders this morning.
Yep.
We only have 5 cages outside.
Yes.
And now we only have 5 breeders.
Yes. So it did not have anything to do with the heat, just so we can get that out of the way. A lot of you have kind of seen us out on social media and kind of post that we had some smaller breed rabbits, and we're going to try and kind of go the pet route to maybe supplement some.
It was one of those things where it's like, oh, they'll get bigger.
Yeah.
As time goes on, they'll get bigger.
Right.
And then they didn't.
Right. Because, I mean, all rabbits, no matter what size they are, start off small.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's hard to tell.
Right. Looking at the 2, I can tell now, look at their feet.
Yeah, and now we know. Like cats. I mean, our cat Timber, when he was a kitten, had ginormous feet. And ginormous ears.
Yep.
And he eventually grew into those.
Yes. So we ended up pretty much calling the entire litter. We sold off some for pets, so there were 7 total from that litter. So we called one out yesterday just to get an idea of weight.
Well, we were going to process them anyway, because it was like, hey, if they're small, no big deal, they'll just be used for 1 meal instead of 2.
Yep. So we started the process yesterday, and I think you came up with 2 pounds dressed, 2.5 pounds dressed.
2.5 pounds.
Which is half the size of our normal stock.
Yeah.
Normally we're 4 to 5 pounds, and that's just the way it goes. And it worked out pretty good, but these guys, it's they're 14 weeks. Usually we process at 12 weeks. We let them go a week or 2 longer because of field day and stuff going on. So they had more time to grow, and they were still half the weight of our normal.
And
litters.
You were having problems processing them because their legs were breaking.
Yeah.
Because they were just not the same build. Right.
Yeah. The bones were real thin. So the first rabbit, I actually broke the leg when I went to go to cull it, and we use cervical dislocation, where we have the hopper popper. You break their neck and they call it a day. Unfortunately, I was having nothing but problems skinning the rabbit because it wouldn't stay up in our hopper popper. And at this point, I'm 35-40 minutes into processing. I don't even have the hide off.
Yeah.
Because it keeps falling out. I'm you know what? I'm done with this. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. They're half the size of what we're normally used to, and they're just not as strong. A lot of it has to do with the doe that we had and the buck. Now, they were both really cute. It was Cotton Candy and Luna, and they were both, I think Luna was an English spot, and Cotton Candy might have been a New Zealand Rex. So, great looking rabbits, just not good meat rabbits.
Yeah.
So
we did kind of ask around and post in some raw food groups I'm in, and there were no takers. So we just called them and we'll use them
Yeah, I called them and we'll use them for coyote bait this year. I kind of feel bad doing that, but I don't have time to process. It's not worth my time to sit there and process something that small. And the girls are not going to eat the breeders.
No.
The second they find out one of those is on the table, they're done.
Yeah, I don't want to traumatize anybody.
Right. So it's just better off that way. And they said their goodbye. The girls said their goodbyes, and we just moved on. Mm-hmm. So, it was after that I came down here and just kind of like needed to chill out a little bit. Sat down in the basement, just, clear my head and cool off a little bit. And I got thinking about moving them outside, and that's when we scrambled to go get them out of the shed and get them outside. So we have some ideas. I think we're going to build like a second hutch system where we can kind of walk in between the two and cover it and maybe put a door in or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll come up with some ideas and see how it works. So that'll be probably next vacations project. Not going to be right now.
Yeah.
So
we have plenty right now. We're not going to be doing any breeding until the fall anyway.
Right, and it's going to be the two, so we'll have the winter to raise up two more. Male and a female. I mean, we have Valentine out there who is a new buck, and then we have Thor as usual. So I mean, we could put Thor and Coco together, and Valentine and Mary Hop and see how they do.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that was life on the homestead. It was rough day today on that end.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have animals, anything could happen, and then having kids, trying to process what's going on and not turning it into a total, sad thing, because like everybody says, it's one bad day. We still loved them and still cared for them. It's not like we didn't because they weren't, the size we wanted. But yeah, 3 of them went out to new homes, and that was kind of interesting to do.
Yeah, I mean, I doing that, I've realized the pet route is not my deal.
Yeah, I mean, they were easy. We had a really easy one, and then the other one was kind of long process.
A hot mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. It's just easier to keep them for food.
Yeah,
and just go that route.
You start to think about like, should we post it somewhere? And then it's like, well, if we get strangers coming to get rabbits and then they get bit, I don't want to be responsible,
Right.
So it's just, the more you think about it, it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. If someone came to us that we know and said, oh my gosh, I really want one, we would probably figure something out.
Absolutely. I mean, if somebody called me right now and said, I want a couple for for raising meat rabbits, I'm sure I got either a buck or maybe a couple does outside I could sell. I can't sell you a buck and a doe from the same litter, but I can, I can help you get in touch with that route. But these guys are definitely getting bigger. They are already surpassed
the new litter.
The current litter that we have out there that we're going to process later this month is already bigger than the litter that
was like a month older.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, it's not a fail. It definitely gave us some stuff to think about and realize what works and what doesn't. I mean, sometimes you have to do something to realize that where the route you were going before
is the better route.
Better.
Yep. And just because you see a white and black rabbit and your daughter wants a white and black rabbit, you buy said white and black rabbit, make sure it's the right kind of white and black rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't believe the signs at the feed store all the time.
So I learned my lesson. I need better breeding stock for the route that we're gonna go.
Yeah,
they would have worked great for pet had we been able to pull off the pet stuff.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, we don't have room for that.
Exactly. I don't have enough cage space, nor do I really want to deal with it. So
yeah. And with the chickens, I mean, the chickens are like flying through feed, even though they have so much other stuff. So we can't have mouths here that aren't doing anything.
Yeah, I know how
And
that
when you
goes.
add 7 more chickens, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, but you got some other fun stuff that you've been working on.
Yes. So I think I've talked about it before, doing the weddings. I finally got the website worked out. It's just on our twochickshomestead.com website. I just have a page for it. I figure it's kind of all under one umbrella. It all works together. And so now I'm just sitting here kind of doing that. I have business cards ordered. We did get official Two Chicks Homestead business cards. I got the seasonal ceremonies business cards. And yeah, we're just kind of chugging along and seeing how it goes.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to look into advertising or something for your wedding stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap. I've done it before, and I don't know if it made a huge difference.
Well, you got 2 weddings out of it, and it paid for the advertising.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So.
But else, I mean, I've got weddings out of it by not having it too. So
Exactly. So we'll have to.
It's just getting my name back out there and posting and stuff like that. So.
And who knows? You could tie the seasonal ceremonies into the freeze-dried stuff we do for the homestead.
Yeah. Yeah, I can offer the pond as a location, freeze-dried food or the snacks as your
party favors. Yep.
I have 2 not ring bearers, flower girls available.
Yep. So we actually did talk to the neighbor. We have permission to use the pond for smaller weddings.
Yeah, I don't want to be a wedding coordinator.
Right.
Where I'm dealing with, DJs and chairs, and if you have nowhere to go and you just want to have a couple people standing and seeing you get married, it's a really pretty backdrop.
Yep, we can do that or down at the end of the lane.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
walk down the lane.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yep. So, we got that. So, we'll start doing some stuff. Hopefully, you get a few emails here and there.
Yeah.
So, if you need a ceremony written or officiation done.
The other thing is, I mean, I can do it remotely. I can write the ceremony. I would still work with the couple as normal, get your love story, get all the stuff you want in the ceremony, and then you could have someone else that's ordained read it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to be local only. It can be anywhere.
Absolutely, and that'll be kind of fun because you like writing stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I have never done one like that, but I know, I mean, it still works.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and forth until the bride and groom are happy with it.
Yeah.
It's not done yet, so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not done until it's just how you want it.
Exactly. So, a lot of time goes into it, but it's nice at the same time.
Yeah, I like it. It's something different and happy and.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what else we got?
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
And the garden's going. We finally got some rain. We have rain in our rain barrel.
Yep.
Yeah, we had our first pepper the other night, had our first zucchini, had our first little cherry tomato that the girls and I all took a bite out of.
Yep.
First cucumber. Yeah, beans are coming in. The corn's still growing. Pumpkins are getting bigger.
Cool. Sounds like the garden's going like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people in town got 2.25 inches of rain. We got about 1.5 inches. So, I mean, it's definitely a big storm that rolled through that one day.
Yeah, it was nice. So, it was nice rain.
Yeah. And this wasn't the field day storm.
No.
This was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So, I think it was Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, somewhere
like that. Around there.
So yeah, we're in the full swing of things growing.
Yep, summer's here. It's gonna get hot.
It's been very hot. like one of those hots where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be sitting inside. Someone have me be writing a ceremony so I can say I had to go inside and work.
Yeah, it was 89 today, but it was like 110% of humidity.
And I think it's because we're not used to the humidity. Yeah. We had 3 months of no humidity, and now all of a sudden it's like, are we in a sauna?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the main reason why I moved the rabbits out today, too.
Yeah.
Because of that. So.
It was so funny just seeing them, their nose going up and down, just smelling all the air. They they look happy.
Yeah. So that'll be a fun little project. We'll post pictures as we get it done.
Yeah.
So get to go de-rabbit the shed now.
Yeah. I think that'll just let it settle for a little bit.
Yeah. So wait till we get a cool night, go through, do all that, and call it a day. So
yeah. Yeah, because we can use the same cages we have in there.
Yeah.
So we're not buying more cages still.
Yeah, I'll probably use just one bank now that we have the 5 that we're going to use from the current hutch.
Yeah.
And I'll just have a bank of 5 here to save.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Shouldn't be too bad. But I think that's everything for this week.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. We'll catch you guys later.
All right. See you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.